old enough, they don't.
Good. Okay. Took me a minute to
They're
find
old
it.
enough, but they don't use it. They have their own iPads and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Or computers. The older ones, the ones in high school, have their own computers.
Yeah.
Here comes Rick and Sandra.
Zoom does not display.
Okay. Hey, Rick.
Hey,
Hey, Rick.
what's up, guys?
Yeah,
Can y'all hear me?
You got Barry.
Yeah.
We just can't
we
see.
hear you. Barry's here. Now I just had this picture up a second ago. It's of course Barry's not in this one either. So what the heck? Yeah. No, this was at my house a long time ago.
Huh.
With Uncle Milton too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when Milton was out there. You still
Yeah.
had the big dog then. Tom, I figured out the problem signing in every time now. You have to sign in that long 867 number and all. Had to do that. Then you have to put the passcode in.
Really?
Oh,
My-
really?
That's what they're at. I've been trying to sign in for about 10 minutes, and I finally said, "Let me put that meeting ID in, and then you put the passcode in." That's what we have to do now.
Oh man, they make this
I know.
so hard.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It worked though.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, it took me a while to get in.
Yeah, me too.
You sign into Zoom, whatever that means.
Yeah. Yeah, I usually was just stay silent, but every once in a while they have an update overnight on my computer, and it never seems like every time they do that, when I log in, things aren't the same as they were.
But
Yep.
that's what I did this time was put that long number in, and then they came up to put the password in.
Mhm.
So, try that.
Hey,
You get
Yes,
any rain
Chris.
today, Bill?
Chris, you're little bitty.
Yeah.
I did that.
Let me.
There you are.
Hey, Chris.
There's Chris. Hey,
How
Chris.
you doing, guys?
You're doing
Right
good.
now.
Good to see you.
Drying out bit by bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Auto
Chris.
frame.
Of course, we're not getting as bad as y'all did in Picayune, Rick.
I figured between this last weekend, we had 10 inches Tuesday. We've had almost 2.5 feet of rain in the last 4 or 5 days.
Wow.
We had 16 to 18 inches just today.
Wow.
Holy
It's
cow.
unbelievable. I won't have to water the grass anymore. Look at that.
Just see what that
Hey,
does.
Yeah.
Kent.
Hey guys,
Hey, Ken.
Hey, Ken.
Ken, it needs water there. Rick had 2 feet of water.
Yep. You can maybe start raising crawfish in your front yard.
Settings.
I've given them all little names. I've hit so many of them now.
Yeah.
Here, fella.
Mirror my video.
Who is talking? Someone's talking.
Barry is having some problem getting his face on the screen.
And Dottie's trying to help him.
How about original?
We think that's what they're doing. All we can do is hear.
Yeah.
I hear heavy breathing. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Maybe they cut the camera off on purpose. Yeah.
Barry, were you able to get into the site? Just can't get your picture up?
Whatever you
That's
did.
right.
Okay, because I was going to say, if you couldn't get into the site,
See camera.
log in the long ID number and then log in the password. That's what I had to do.
Oh, maybe do that. Yeah, Barry.
Try
Maybe
that.
Do what?
use
What?
them.
I don't.
Long 867, whatever it is. That's like a 12, 16 digit number, long digit number, and then there's the passcode to put in. Try.
Yeah.
That's the meeting ID. Put that meeting ID number in. You might have to write it down to remember it.
Instead of the one that's in the computer.
Well, he's already in.
I'm already in.
Yeah, but I think that Barry's in. He just his camera isn't
Oh,
connecting. His voice is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. He has to be already in.
Yeah. Something screwy.
Don't know what's going on, yo. Just kicking what? Look at my pretty face.
Man.
I thought I was going to miss the meeting. We lost power here today, somewhere around noon, and didn't get it back until 4 o'clock. So
Were y'all having the bad weather up there too, passing through that area?
just winds today.
Wow.
Apparently, there was enough to knock some lines down, and
Yeah.
a lot of customers in this area lost power.
Wow.
A lot in New Orleans lost power, but a lot of them getting it back now. I think we never lost power. Never. Just
Last week, I missed a call because the power lines were down in my brain.
It is
Oh.
see you.
Yeah.
Is there a Zoom app? If we go to the Zoom settings?
It won't work.
Let's put this up so we have something to Barry. Let's see here.
He's already logged in though. Weird.
Rick, how did your surgery go?
Oh,
All
see
right.
it?
Well, there's Barry's room anyway.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
Yeah.
Barry, can you see that?
Yes, I can see that.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Nice room.
In fact, I'm sitting right in that chair that's right next to me.
Yeah.
So David, it went fine. I've got the cast on my hand now, as you can see. Well, when you see me.
Yeah. So how did the surgery go?
Fine. It was long. I didn't get out of we had that Sterling Surgical Center on Robert Road in Slidell.
Okay, I know which one you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's really nice over there. And we got home that night, and
Yeah.
it's painful. It's been a lot of painful for a couple of days. I can't sleep at night. It hurts so much. It comes up and wake up every hour at least. But it'll get better. Each day is going to get better. Doctor said,
Yeah.
I got
Was it,
pain.
was it arthroscopic or do they have to cut into it?
Well, they go in here where the thumb is arthritic. They cut into it. I guess they have to remove some bone in there. Then they put some kind of a disc in there. There's some kind of a cable from that to the somehow or other keeps the thumb in place. I don't understand it all. I go back to the doctor the 30th.
Yeah.
But
I read it was a common injury for people to try to carry 3 pictures in the right hand.
or 6 mugs.
Yeah, 6 mugs and 3
Oh,
pictures.
yeah.
The arm bone's connected to the wrist bone. Wrist bone's connected to the
Yeah.
thumb bone.
Just to impress people, you can carry 3 pictures, and actually you can carry. That's Miss Emily. She must be having trouble getting in. Let me see. Hello. Hey. Rick Haley just said that instead of you might have to copy and paste the meeting number.
Or just type it in,
Type in the meeting number and then that little passcode. He was having trouble getting in too, and but he had to do that to get in.
I wrote down the meeting number and then typed it in when it came up, and then I put the
Okay, good
passcode.
luck.
It worked.
So that's what I had to do too.
Really? Oh, okay. So
Yeah, it wouldn't let me. It said that when I clicked on the link in the email, it said I couldn't join because I was outside of the group,
Yeah.
even though it was a group invitation. And so I just logged in with I have a Zoom on my tablet anyway, so I logged in there and then put the meeting ID and then the password in. So
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
it took me a while. I tried for about 10 minutes or so, and then I finally said, well, let me try the ID.
it was.
I wonder how many people try for the first time and don't get in.
I don't know. I 2 weeks ago I had the same issue, and I went ahead and got in on my phone, and then I did like what you were describing. I went and typed everything in on my PC, but for some reason the data stayed in my phone and was able to get in without having to do all that.
I tried it with my phone last week. That didn't work either. But finally, all of a sudden, I don't know what I did last week, but it worked finally. Yeah. I don't remember what I did,
Yeah.
but that's what worked today. So that's good. Anyway. You still there, Barry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you just got your lights off in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, one time I actually did log in. I forgot to take that piece of tape off my camera, and I was trying to figure out why I couldn't see me. Here's another old New Orleans folks.
Oh,
Joe Mullane and John Stacy.
yeah. From Joe.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Joe? Has anyone ever heard from him since he moved to California? I know that. But
I mean, I don't know. He said, somebody told me he wanted to be a male model. So maybe
he was in that movie with the Killer Bees in the Superdome.
Yeah, that's right.
He was in that movie. He played a hotel desk clerk. That's the only thing I've seen from him.
They were just dying to find out a way to use the Superdome in a movie. So the whole premise was this car got covered by killer bees, and the way and they discovered if they can get them cold enough, they would freeze and people could get out their cars. So they drove it in a Superdome, and it supposedly got the Superdome down like to freezing some kind of way, so the bees would fall. And I said, it was just a freaking Volkswagen. I said, and why didn't it drive into a refrigerator?
I guess you could say it was strictly a bee movie, huh?
Yeah,
I'm on
it
my
was a
phone.
big movie. But they were just trying to figure out a way to use the Superdome. It was when it first opened.
It was Barry.
Yeah, they
Here's
are.
Barry, since we can't have him on. We can
So
see.
Barry's in now.
Yeah, we got the real Barry now.
The
Yeah.
real Barry too.
Oh, we got Barry. Okay, wow.
Yeah, there he is.
Do you have the real Barry?
We
Yeah.
got you, Barry.
Yeah.
Because I'm on my phone.
We got you.
Is it echoing too bad?
Yeah, that's weird.
You're gonna have to kill your computer though. You get your voice is kind of echo. If
How's
you-
that?
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, that's better.
Chris, are you on a phone too?
Yeah.
That's why the the pictures.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I'm on my phone.
But it's,
You-
you're gonna have to
you-
log off of
You're gonna have to
it.
log off your computer. We're gonna sound like we're in Lost in Space.
Okay.
But you can sign on.
Hello, hello, hello. Ha 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 ha.
You need to be differently.
Changes. Because of Katie. Okay. All right.
All right, why don't you put the correct number in and not, like he said, put it in from scratch?
So that was the Mardi Gras special.
Let's just see,
Yeah.
you
Oh yeah.
usually sign in,
I need it right there.
join meeting. All right, put the number in again.
The meeting
Wait.
ID number, that real long
No,
number.
don't do it that way. Type it in.
Well, I don't know what it is.
It's 867.
Right there. It's that number.
You have
You're
it?
in now.
Yeah, but, okay.
You're in.
He was trying to get in on his computer, but the camera wasn't working for some reason.
That's right. He was already signed in.
What's, the passcode?
913539.
Yeah.
Got that memorized.
Recording in progress.
Yeah. So you're in again, but
But you're not.
I mean, but I have two things in.
But you're not. Wait, put the video on. No, okay. Leave. Do you have Zoom on here?
On the line.
yeah, we might have to play with that.
Yeah, you're on the phone, so
Well, Tom, did you get anything new from Roger or anything this week?
I don't think. Do
No,
I
I
have
looked.
Zoom on there?
But all you have
Let
to
me
do is
look
go
again,
on.
but I was looking right before we started and there wasn't anything from
Are you
Roger.
done with this?
Yeah.
How do you get to the?
You're on now, Barry.
Yeah, I'm on
on your phone.
my phone.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then I'll look for it for you.
Let's put a picture while we're working on that. Here's another Barry. No,
Oh yeah. Oh Peter.
That's a classic.
That's
Yeah.
Peter.
At least y'all wrote the dates on it. We didn't even have to say how long ago was that. That was 1978.
Where was that taken, Barry?
At the Red Garter, Wildwood, New Jersey. The Red Garter, Wildwood, New Jersey, with
All right.
that's Peter Vedius and Franny Smith.
Mhm.
I'd forgotten how short Franny was.
Yeah.
But
I
in
used to play the
perspective, with
place.
you at Beach,
Yes.
Want to sign in?
I don't know how.
So- I'm gonna say with.
Well, it doesn't seem like that long ago Pete was getting in all the meetings with us
Do you
too.
have a touch ID? How do you do this? Do you have touch ID?
Yeah, I do.
Do touch and that'll load you up, load it in. But is there someplace on your computer that you do it?
For the email link. Anyway.
Hmm.
Were a bunch of people having trouble last week? We don't know that many people
It
got
was
on.
2 weeks ago. I was having trouble
Yeah.
getting in.
Usually touch screen, is that how you use Touch ID?
But then I wonder, because I send out the invitations and
Thank you for your
sometimes
time.
30 people watch the YouTube.
Oh,
So I
Yeah.
wonder how many are trying to get on and can't get on.
Yeah.
well, I know what I did this time. I'm gonna just when he asked for the meeting ID, put in that long number and then do the passcode. That worked.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to remember.
It pisses me off about Zoom because I pay these
Yeah.
people to do this
Yeah.
and it keeps
It's
getting screwed
the
up.
same link. It's the same link. There's nothing different, is it?
Yeah,
What's your password for your Gmail?
because I checked to see if all the every week it's the same numbers, and it is.
It is the same numbers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same passcode as, yeah.
Hold on.
I'm sure it's all because of a system upgrade.
Yeah.
Improve it, make improvements.
Right.
Yeah.
System upgrade.
6-9.
Yeah, it's kind of how they fix how they improve the reflecting pool in DC.
BEF?
Right.
Same.
That's going great.
Yeah. I just saw the pieces of the blue paint are now floating to the surface.
No.
Really, I didn't see that. I just saw that there was a lot
Yeah.
of algae in there, but
Well,
Oh yeah,
it
it's
wasn't
green.
things they kept
I
calling.
think that's what
it
caused
really
the
wasn't a
problem. Was
pool.
that they painted it.
The surface of the reflecting pool was not. It's not designed to be sealed and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
Their
and
water
paint sealed it,
they're
right?
circulating itself, but they go ahead and seal it. It doesn't have a pump circulating anything. It turned green with algae like within days. How
because it gets really hot here. Well, in
how could nobody just be thinking, well, geez, if you do that, this is what's going to happen to
Bring
it.
it all the way down.
This is
I've seen some depictions of the American flag with the red, white, and green now because he said he wanted the
Oh, that
American
green.
flag blue. So,
Here, give it to me.
oh well.
it's such an idiot.
well, at least we had the golden arch to
Did you
look
say-
forward to, huh?
Oh
Stupid.
God, yeah,
You asked me for the ID.
What a fucking idiot.
yeah.
Let me say, what's the ID?
But it when Obama gets on the air, he's just doing so good.
I know.
And
Yeah.
Trump keeps giving him trouble and it's making him look better.
He's jealous.
Well, they had the deal with Iran already done. And
It
we
was-
were, I
Oh,
think
that is so screwy.
Obama's thing is supposed to assist them like 1.9 billion maybe under Obama. But
We didn't get
the
a
big
No, under
army,
Obama it was 1.5 billion.
yeah.
Now
And
it's like
300.
300 billion.
And we didn't get any.
Hey, that's the art of the deal.
Didn't get anybody killed either.
Yeah.
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 There's a guy, Andy Borowitz, that writes a kind of like column, kind of like the it's satire, kind of like the Onion, and he said the Ayatollah has written a new book called The Art of the Deal, and chapter 1 says, "I only deal with morons."
What a
But
joke.
places like Iran have been around so long. Those people,
It used to be called Persia.
they're just waiting for us to be gone.
It's just so stupid.
Yeah, if you look at the amount of time that we've been here as a country compared to them, we're a fraction of that. And they invented. They say they're backward. No, they invented math and a few other things. So,
yeah,
it is not. We're the backward ones. We're the shithole country compared to them. Basically under this current president. So,
I think it was all World War II. We made all these weapons and stuff, and we helped the English and everybody win World War II. And ever since then, we've been trying to act like we're that powerful. But now with drones and everything, they're sending in a $300 drone, and we're sending $1.5 million missile to take it down.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
I want to just add the number in instead of copying what's already there.
yeah.
But
Maybe
the the drone stuff is, I mean, it's really pretty cool.
Yeah.
Ukraine is doing amazing.
Ukraine bombed Moscow, didn't they? I think they bombed.
Yeah. They've been going. They went all the
drones.
way to Moscow and St. Petersburg with these drones, and
Yeah.
it's and then they have all kinds of ways to stop the drones from coming in. So that's good because we stopped giving them the missiles that they used to get from us.
And they said, okay, we'll just build them ourselves. And now we need their technology.
Right.
A simple twist of fate, you know?
Yeah.
Type it.
It changes quick.
It's in the phone.
Well, I worry about Russia.
It's already in the computer.
Russia to take
I'm just
over everything.
asking what the passcode is.
Yeah.
because We're trying to do it fresh. We're just gonna do it fresh.
Hey, Rick, what's the passcode to this Zoom thing again? You just said it.
Oh, the password, the passcode word? 913.
No, not that. That's the password. Yeah, 913-539. But the code before that.
Let me see. I think I wrote it down.
913-539.
913.
539.
That's what I was asking for. I
Yeah,
have that.
password.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
I'm just gonna try to put it in fresh.
Anyway,
Yeah. I really don't, I personally don't think that that's what the problem was with the camera on your computer.
probably not because you actually got in. It was just the camera.
Yeah, it was, but it was
Right.
just before we just couldn't see him. So,
But there's no film in your camera.
yeah, that's right. Well, I know Miss Emily was wanting to get in because she wasn't here last week.
Yeah.
But she had trouble getting in 2 weeks ago, but managed to get in. I think you had texted her some stuff, Tom, and
Yeah.
She was in last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I love this picture
Oh yeah.
that Dottie took of John.
Yeah, good one.
That's a good picture.
yeah.
He was kind of amazing at that. I hope we can do it again because he was really cool and
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shut.
Eric was great. And Mike was great. Everybody was great. Danny was amazing. And the beers were cheap.
Even more amazing.
And Chris was great.
Mike Gentry.
No, that was it came together, like better than I could have hoped, but these were all pros, the thing is these guys, I would sit there and be worried. I haven't done something in like 50 years. Do I remember any of it? But it just came back like riding a bike to them,
Yeah.
I can't ride a bike.
It's true.
But you can still play the banjo.
Yeah.
You can play the banjo and cook. I mean, that's the important thing, right?
There he is. Hey.
There they are.
Hey,
Yeah.
Dottie, way to go.
Okay.
You're on mute.
Is that
All right, Dottie, thank you.
Is that kind of like the Geek Squad but different? Yeah, you have your mic
Yeah,
muted.
could you read lips?
Now you.
Yeah,
Now
well-
you okay.
One thing you don't want to say when you lip reading is vacuum.
Okay, yeah, I can see why. I can see that.
Thank you, Dottie.
Oh,
I feel better now.
Yeah,
Hey, Barry, good to see you, buddy.
you look
Guess
better.
what? The light on my computer is on. The light wasn't on before.
oh,
For the camera.
But you said to shut it down, so I think that helped too.
So what we did was shut the whole thing all the way down and booted it back up.
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of like your old TV set. You used just to whack it on the side and it would come back on.
Right. That's what I want to do with this. Yeah.
Remember those good old tube TVs? You just go,
vacuum.
okay,
Well, yeah, my uncle was a TV repairman, and I remember lots of times he'd take the back off. I'd be with him. I was young, and I'd look into TV and see all this stuff. And then I was doing a video at one of the hospitals, and they were cutting a person open. And I was really expecting when I saw the chest cut open that it was going to be like a television with this stuff over here and that stuff over there. But when they opened him up, it was all squished together, and I go, "Oh, holy shit! Wow."
Yeah. Anyway, well, I don't see Miss Emily yet, so I don't know. I told her the same thing that what Rick did and all, but we'll see.
I'm gonna try that next week if it
Yeah.
happens.
Well,
And see what happens.
I'm gonna look up this week during the week and see if there's any way that Bill or I could tie somebody else in without them trying to get in. That would work good if you could.
It's Emily again. Okay. Hey, Miss Emily. Hi.
She's
I
having
see.
trouble again, huh?
You're on YouTube?
That's last week's.
Oh, you probably you clicked on the link that was for the last week's thing, I believe, on the on the on the invitation. It has like a number for the meeting, and then there's an ID number, and so one of them, what was that thing, Rick? It was like about a 9-digit code, 067 or something like that.
867
Starts with 867.
2758 and 2750.
That's the meeting number, and then under there's a passcode. They may ask for that too.
That 913-539 number.
Not letting you in that way. Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'm sorry. No, you're not the only ones who had trouble. Rick and David both had some trouble getting in, I think.
You have trouble, David, today?
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Bye.
Oh no.
Yeah, she was clicking. I told her to go to the link, but it was
YouTube.
Tom also shows last week's video on there, so I think she was typing in that number instead.
I believe that's what it was.
No, the numbers every week are the same.
Yeah, but I never do it. Usually I just click on Tom invited you to meet, and I click on the link, and it brings everything up, and I don't have to put in anything else. But
you don't have to put in the password, the number thing? Huh.
I haven't been. So it's
that's because you're the co-sponsor, whatever.
Yeah.
Co-person.
I'm a co-host.
That's why it says Tom and Emily on your name.
Yeah. Well, I'll only do that so if something happens to you, I can stop the meet.
Try to trick us up. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Bill, are you Tom?
Of course, there's only two musicians here, Barry and Chris, but Emily is, and other people are very interested in having another reunion, like we did last year. And I said, well, it's not going to do any good if the band can't come. so Chris and Barry, if we were able to get something like that about that time, would y'all be able to do it?
I mean, if I'm able, I'm not that good of a player anymore. I guess that don't matter. I don't know. Gentry really led it last time.
Right.
Danny's there, of course, already.
He doesn't log in.
Danny's there.
John lives in the corner.
If Gentry could make it, he was the main guy pulling us through.
Right. And well, I know Barry. I know that Danny's up for it because he was even talking to me about getting, more people involved, and also.
And we definitely need to get a trombone player. I mean, the guy that made it last time, he was. I'm glad he made it, but he really didn't work with us.
Yeah, well, we were glad he
was a sub at the Mustache back in the day.
Yeah. Well, I know
we got to get DeFeo down there.
Well, and also Ben Smith is in New Orleans still.
No, he isn't.
He isn't? No? Okay. Well, I was at a party one night, and I met this guy. He's a photographer. Maybe I didn't understand it. He's a photographer around New Orleans. He wrote a book, and we were just chit-chatting. I told him I worked at your father's Mustache, and he says, Ben Smith? I said, yeah. He played trombone, at the Mustache. Yeah. And he called Ben Smith while I was there and got him on the phone. It was like, hey, Billy Blank's over here, But I didn't understand. Maybe he was
Ben Smith down in Florida, I think now.
Okay, all right. So okay, well, it's worth trying to kind of contact him then.
Now, John Gill lives in the corner, doesn't he?
Well, between John Gill and Chris, even if Mike doesn't show up, if we got Chris, we're fine.
Well, and Mike and Barry, and it's. Miss Emily did say that Brian was planning to come too with Andy, and
I'm gonna try again.
And maybe Banu, Danny's working with her this week. They have a camp, believe it. I think it's called a camp for people that do cabaret and performing, and they and that's how he met his new girlfriend, because she would come to the camp that Banu and Danny ran. So
she was at the luncheon with him that we had.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she was
came to the.
That's right.
She came to the meet to the.
But she came to the camp to learn about music and ended up living with him. Good way to go.
It worked.
Yeah.
I'm not. Don't anybody start singing "Teacher's Pet" now, okay? Yeah. No, she's really really nice, and
she's real nice. Yeah.
She's been coming to our luncheons with us. We have a theater lunch too once a month, and she's been coming with Danny to that too. So
nice.
And anyway,
well, Danny had it pretty nice at the Maison Bourbon. I mean, he had his ex-wife, his son, and his girlfriend. It was all pretty funny. His son was pretty funny about the whole thing.
Yeah, Danny, he comes to the little luncheons because he directs theater and he's in shows a lot, so he's very involved with that.
Oh,
and Danny will sometimes step in and music direct when his son's doing a musical. So it's kind of all in the family. Yeah, but Danny he's the one that lined up John Gill and also the trombone player, I can't remember his name.
John Hester.
John Hester, yeah. So that was and if Banu's willing to do it next year too, that'd be a bonus.
Definitely. Yeah.
You know, and maybe some more. You know, Milton. When they do have some locals. I think Milton still lives in town, and Bruce Melanson.
Yeah, Milton lives up in Mandeville.
James McGivern too, I think.
Emily can't get on, but here she is, and here's Chris and Bonnie.
Yeah. Beignet coffee time. Yum yum.
Yeah. And that place we stayed that Rick turned us on to is only like 2 blocks from there. You can just walk over and have your coffee and beignets.
Yeah.
Emily was tickled because the first night she stayed there, she went for a coffee and beignets, and then a street musician was playing some song, and I can't remember the name of it, but she just started singing along with him.
It's a nice little hotel. We got rooms already reserved for next year's French Quarter Fest there.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Just curious, how much were they charging for next year already?
Well, we're checking in Wednesday night, and you're going to save Thursday and Friday night, but the total for all 3 nights is $1,300. Wednesday's $250.
Yeah.
Thursday night was like $390, and Friday night was $400 and something. But what the hell,
Yeah.
I'm only 81 once.
No, they make their money while they can because they discounted it. Like I think I paid $115 when we did it last December,
It was 100 something. I don't remember what. Yeah.
Well, I guess they're better off having somebody in a room cheap than not having it rented at all. So, yeah.
You can't rent tonight's room tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's that plan.
Somebody took this picture. I don't know who took this picture the night that we were there, but this is about Jack Teagarden at the same building that your father's mustache was in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sign was outside the mustache too.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next to the door.
Yeah. Was it still called the Dream Room when he played there, or was it?
Yeah, the Dream Room.
Yeah.
Did it become the mustache after it was the Dream Room?
Yeah, I think that was the next step. I think it was still the Dream Room when Roger
got involved.
Fred took it over. Yeah, in fact, I got this is an old street picture when it still had the Dream Room sign on it. I think Barry sent this to me some time ago.
Wow.
It's still the Silver Frolics is the female impersonator place right across the street.
Oh yeah.
And where that awning is called the Dream Room is what became the Mustache.
Yeah.
Is the Silver Frolic still there?
I don't think it's still called the Silver Frolics. We ate there not long ago. I don't remember seeing Silver Frolics. But it's
still that type of place, but it's just names, But,
yeah. I remember when the female impersonators would come in on ladies' night.
Yeah.
Kind of split we gave them a discount, kind of a semi-discount.
Some of the foreign sailors.
Yeah.
For a surprise, I think.
Yeah, boy.
Well, the day that the mustache burned down, George, the guy that set the fire, he watched it from the roof of the Silver Frolics. He told me.
Really? Just shoot him.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to George? Did he get in trouble or?
Well, they arrested him, and he had served 5 years in the state mental hospital for being a pyromaniac, had burned down his previous place of employment. And the last I saw of him, the cops were taking him away, and I don't have any idea beyond that. I never heard what happened to him.
But didn't they offer a gun to you to shoot him?
Yeah. that was one of the strangest nights of my life. I went through with the fireman I thought George had burned to death, and I was freaking out. So I went into the place when it was pretty much out, dug through, couldn't find him. And then I was sitting there talking to a fireman and one of the cops, and that's when George walked up and said, "Wasn't that a great fire?" I said it, and I watched it burn. And I went, "Holy!"
You think he started that fire? What time of the night or morning?
I have to. I didn't get any details
because I was out there for before noon, and it was out before noon.
Yeah, so I don't know I don't know the details, but he had as soon as he said that to the cops, they grabbed him, and then they went and ran his record, and found out that he had been in the state mental hospital for 5 years, and supposedly was cured of pyromania because he had burned down his previous place of employment. So
he's not a fireman.
That was. I'm sorry.
He's not a fireman now.
Yeah.
No, I hope not. Hey, they had a person out here years ago, about 10 years ago, I guess now, who worked for the Forest Service, and they weren't getting promoted. So they set a fire, and they were going to be a hero in a forest in the middle of dry shit, and was going to be a hero and put the fire out. And they thought being a hero would get them promoted, and the fire burned 140,000 acres. Because they misjudged how dry it was. And, like the humidity today here is like 12%, and it's 88 degrees, and we haven't had rain. Where I am, we're in extreme drought, and there's a red flag warning meaning it's high wind, low humidity, high temperature, and everything is just bone dry. So anybody the campgrounds and everything, you can't smoke, you can't burn fires, you can't do anything now because it just takes one spark and boom.
Wish I could send you some. Over 2.5 feet this week.
Yeah.
Well, I know. We take some of your rain. We need it. They're draining the reservoirs that are higher up in the mountains and sending it down. And because the evaporation because the humidity is so low that there are certain places where it's safer, but and so they're letting people fish for free. They're moving tens of thousands of fish. It's just crazy. And of course, the Colorado River feeds on the western slope, feeds Vegas, and it feeds Los Angeles, and it feeds Mexico and Phoenix and all that. And it's the stuff that usually melts in July, August, and September is now mostly all melted, and it's only mid-June. So
it's cold river water. I went river rafting with my sons for 7 days down that river, and it was July when it was 100 degrees out, and that water was 50. It was just really cold. I was like,
but
yeah.
So
they're letting them fish for free because they're trying to keep the fish from dying, or?
Oh yeah, because there's going to be they caught like thousands of fish for free, because if not, as they take them they're draining the lakes. Period.
Oh, okay.
So the lakes will be totally empty. So they're trying to let people fish for free and catch boatloads of fish, so they don't die, because the whole bunch of fish they transported tens of thousands of fish, but tens or hundreds of thousands of fish died because they're now a fish out of water. So
wow,
yeah.
That was it. What used to be
that was upstairs, the balcony at the Mustache. It looks a little nicer than back than when we used to work there.
Yeah.
But this was, I don't remember how long ago it was. David, you were still living in town during this, I believe.
Yeah.
So they added the awning, it looks like that. I don't think we had an awning when we were there.
No, we didn't.
No.
I had no awning. Yeah. Anyway.
Wow.
And Barry's looking awful formal there too.
Yeah, well, I think
I was,
we
I was
ate
getting ready
there.
to go to work. I was going to play music.
Right.
after that.
Yeah, we all
Oh,
went and
okay.
ate there, and then we went and watched Barry down at Fritzl's the same night.
Well, look, Dottie was so good. She helped us so much with Barry's thing. Here's a song for her.
Jesus. I'm glad that's over.
It's one of Kent's videos.
Yeah.
Okay, and here's our good friend Jeff again. Oh shit.
Digital cameras weren't quite as good in 2011 as they are now.
Yeah.
Hey, but it's still good videos.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
They're fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
He was a character. He's such a character.
He's such a character.
He and John.
Glad I got to meet him. You know, it was one of those things at the reunion. I never worked at any other clubs, you know, and then even at the Carnegie Hall thing, I tended to hang around with the people I knew, and then it was the Zooms and everything that I got to meet everybody. You know, so.
Yeah. What about a cast of characters, huh?
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Yeah, that ballroom was a great feature of the reunion. I mean, it sure was a thrill to be out on the stage in Carnegie Hall, but the fun part of it for me was really playing back at the hotel.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
And it was so neat to watch, especially musicians come in, they check in at the front desk. Instead of going to their room, they went into the bar and started playing.
Exactly.
You crazy sons of bitches. I love it. You know, music's the most important thing, right? Who needs a hotel room when you can make music in the lobby? So that was really cool.
Yeah.
And one thing I wish, after seeing all that and hearing about all the clubs, is I wish that when we started working there, I had no idea what a big deal Your Father's Mustache was. I had no idea they'd been at the White House and on Ed Sullivan and how many clubs there were, and it was the biggest nightclub chain. I knew that it was fun. I knew we could make money. I knew you could meet girls. I knew you got cheap drinks. I mean, it was a wonderful.
You can be
At that point in our life, those were the important
I've heard
things.
rumor, all right.
You didn't see how big it really was. Yeah.
Yeah, but I had no idea until later that it was a really fucking big deal, you know? And so
only chain bigger was the Playboy Club, but I understood.
Yeah, and I don't know if it would have made any difference in how I experienced Your Father's Mustache, but I think it'd have been nice to know, because there was this big thing, you know, and I think Tom and I worked a couple shifts in Denver one of the time in '73 when after Mike Johnson had come down and for Mardi Gras, and we went and we spent a couple of weeks in Denver and we worked with the club 2 or 3 shifts. And I suddenly realized that there was this fun thing going on in other places. And I heard it, but until I experienced it, it didn't mean much. And then I went to in '74. I stopped in New York when Tim Shea moved to the club from New Orleans. I went to the New York club and it's shit. This is really big, but I didn't know how big it was until I think later. You know, so.
Hey, well, like Chris and I, we had the experience of not only playing at the different clubs, but outside jobs and show band stuff and traveling with your father's mustache. That was a big deal.
Yeah.
Huge deal. Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
We had a smidgen of it, but it was a big deal.
Even though I never played with Chris on those show band or outside jobs, but I did a lot of the same ones as he did.
Yep.
Just different groups.
But as I got older, I looked back on the whole thing and thought, why didn't I go to New York? Why didn't I go to different places? Like Kent and I went to Denver once, but New Orleans, the mustache in New Orleans was at that time in our life was just perfect.
Why would you want to go somewhere else?
Yeah.
Well,
and we weren't thinking about the big view. We were thinking, this is a big view right here, 426. 426, this is huge.
Yeah. Well, Rick, I know Tom and I were graduating in communications from UNO. Rick, weren't you in law school or something like that at the time? So basically, we were all students looking to make extra money.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Rick ended up staying on as a manager, you know. And,
I was a student. I was a student.
Yeah, and Tom and I managed to get out, but I was actually approached, you know, by Fred after I graduated if I wanted to think about it, and I says, nah, really, I love it, but I thought I'd give my schooling a little chance here, you know. But I did come back for several nights after I graduated, you know, even though I had another job to work on weekends and such, you know.
And when I came back from the show band, I went straight from waiter into show band. And when I came back from the show band, and I was in college, so I worked out a deal with the mustache where I played Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday I was up in college, Southeastern in Hammond. So I did 4 nights of college, and then came for the weekend and played 3 nights.
Oh, nice, good deal.
Yeah.
Well, here's let's see if I can get this to play. Here's one of the little clips of when Joel. I think this is from when Joel was giving out the T-shirts after the 50th reunion. Let me see if I can get this going here. There we go. Somebody we look like.
But you know, the funny thing is that in Pittsburgh, the banjo is my secret life. But then here, cooking is my secret life. Like everybody else, Joel, I mean, I relish the opportunity to tell you that you did change my life. And I told Joel just after the concert that, you know, I was a 19-year-old kid, sophomore in college, and I could not have gone on to junior or senior year because I didn't have any money. And I went for a job as a waiter at the New York club, and Keith Ramsdell, the great Viking manager that we had, said, I don't need any waiters, but if you could play the banjo, you're hired. And I said, oh, I can play the banjo. And I got up on stage, and Ron Bizel was the lead banjo player. And I got up there, and he had a banjo, because I tried to get out of it by saying I don't have a banjo with me. And they handed me a banjo. He had one. And I just followed what he did, but I didn't hit the strings. And, actually, that's been my secret all these years. And but you know, your father's mustache took me in as if it were a family. I would eat in the afternoon with Russ. I would come to my classes and come down, and he would cook food, and we had a sort of a family, and then we would play and enjoy the people who came there, and enjoy how they enjoyed what we did. And I learned so much. It was a maturing process and a better education than I was getting up in the Bronx. A much more complete education about what life was going to be like. go ahead 25 years to 1987, and Joel has this incredible event up in Connecticut where we're sitting in some goofball theater, and he's telling the story of your father's mustache. They lift up the curtain. He says, "What I want to give you is one more night in your father's mustache." And the curtain went up, and I couldn't believe what that was all about, because it was like being sent back to your youth, but with the appreciation that you have as an adult, and so it meant so much to me to go to that reunion, and I thought nothing and no one will ever top that experience. Yeah. I was so wrong. So thank you, Joel. You did it again. I don't know what you're going to do for my 75th anniversary, but we'll probably be doing it together. Thank you. Hey,
Chris, what a nice talk.
Yeah, Chris.
Nice,
What a
Chris.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Meant every word. Still do.
But when I see you, like at the last thing we did last December, not just playing with the Mustache Group, but when you were watching the other jazz ensembles playing with Danny and such, I can just tell you, just the music is just alive in you. You know, you just like, you can't get enough of it.
I love it.
And Chris, there's 3 of us on this little meeting today that were at that '87 reunion.
Oh yeah.
Kent, me and you were,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wish I would have been. Well, Barry, you tried to get me to go. You called my house looking for me.
That's right.
I was doing a show that Danny wrote at the time at the in New Orleans.
I get Danny to go.
Yeah.
On the Father's Mustache site, I don't know what you call it, on there is a full recording of Joel's speech with the curtains opening and the club being there.
And that should not be missed. How can we get that to put on here and play it? I mean, it can't be that long.
I would have to put it on YouTube.
Yeah. Well,
if you put it on YouTube or something, if you have the original MP4, that'd be great. But if not, I've learned. Tom's taught me how to record my screen. So if I'm playing it, I can record it with audio and play it back that way.
Chris, how long do you think that goes of Joel giving the talk with the pictures behind him? That part, him 15 minutes?
Got to be at least 15 minutes, yeah.
I mean, that would be great for these guys to see that weren't there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And let's face it, a lot of us don't remember. I remember because I've seen it 3 or 4 times. I used to have back in the VCR days, a VCR of it.
Yeah.
But for instance, Ken, you probably don't remember that, except that it happened. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
oh yeah,
I'm talking about Joel's talk with the pictures behind him.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd love to see that again.
He gave a history of the mustache, which was the best I've seen. With all the photos behind him. If you could put that for us to watch 15, 20 minutes, right here, because this is the artist that would like to see it.
Definitely.
Well, Chris, is it playable right off your Facebook page or
yes, it is.
Okay. And but do you actually have the video file that you put on there?
I'm sure I do.
Yeah, because that would be ideal. But if not, because it would be diminished a little bit if I was recording it off a screen, But if you have that file and you could send it to me, Google Drive or put it on a USB or anything, I could get it on the meeting for sure.
Yeah. Well, let me see what I can do this week.
Yeah, I think that's the best depiction of what the mustache was. Right from Joel's mouth, with those photos behind him, right before he raised the curtain and showed us your father's mustache to start the show.
Yeah.
Love to see it. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I agree.
It'd be something to look forward to, And,
Gives me something to do.
Yeah, between your cooking shows,
And I will tell you, there's no better audience for that than the 7 of us right here, right now. You know?
So, I guess I'm just doing a straw poll so far. So if it looks like if Chris is interested and Barry and Danny, we just find out from Mike Gentry and
John Gill.
and what about the other trombone player? He got on last for 2 weeks.
Gene LeBeau, he might
Gene
come
LeBeau.
in.
Huh?
He might come in.
Yeah. If Mike Gentry can drive in from Arkansas, Gene.
Well, see, I'm worried about that. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
people like Mike and myself. I'm not traveling a lot anymore.
Yeah. I know the feeling. But I'm just saying, I don't want it makes no sense for me to try to set up something or plan it if we're not going to have a band there.
I would think Mike. We really need Mike. We would need Mike.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, it started off last year with just us all getting together to do interviews for Brian, but we ended up having enough musicians, and Danny worked his butt off to get everything set up at the club and all that too. But he wants to do it where we actually promote it a little bit, like before the we show, and hey, remember.
And that's why I think we would need Mike, because Mike still remembers how to. I mean, Chris, I don't know about you, but I can't lead a band anymore.
I don't know if I can either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was can.
It was fun watching Mike.
Barry, you talked a lot during the performance. It was great.
Well, that was different talking. Yeah, I mean that's easy. Yeah. But Mike was calling the tunes and thinking of the numbers and all that. That's what when I'm talking to Chris about that, how the musical aspects of a leading a band. I'm not talking about playing as much as what's the next song, the next medley, the key changes, the tempos, and all that stuff. We used to do that every night. You didn't think about it now.
Well, I became more aware of it because y'all talked about it, so I was more tuned into it. When I was actually recording it, and Mike was calling the things, and he would actually call the key changes and such, or who was going to do the next solo and such.
But I would feel a whole lot better if Mike was there. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Me too. I got you there, but
you
can't make it. Yeah. You're great.
Well, he was.
No, I couldn't handle it. I don't play anymore.
Well, but you talk. You talk, and then Chris and John, they were great, and
everybody, the whole band was great.
Yeah.
You play great in your voice. You still sing strong, so it's
I hate to tell you, but from you guys, Chris knows what I'm talking about. You guys don't.
And the thing is, it really makes no difference when you're enjoying yourself up there doing it like little flubs. Nobody even notices that.
Yeah, no big deal. Yeah. You're gonna try to get that.
Because when I walked out of that bar that night, there was nobody on that street, and that whole place was full of people, and they weren't supposed to stay.
Yeah,
but they did.
They did.
People were actually coming in. Some people even said they remembered the club from 50 years ago. And if we actually promoted and said, "Hey, look, these night or 2 nights or whatever they decide to do," and promote it, and plus we get a few more waiters out there, maybe getting involved with the audience too. So Tom and I would go 2 waiters there, and we each were holding a camera. So
we need to get Milton.
We can do a little better than that next time.
Milton would be great.
And you know what, Billy and Tom, if you guys can work on Mike and LeBeau, that would be the thing. I mean,
I
Mike, LeBeau, Danny, myself, Chris, and Johnny Gill, we could pull that off.
I can put a bug in their ear, but I think a co-band member would have more sway.
Well, I would do that. I would say something to him. Yeah. But the thing is, no, the pull would become from you guys. I'm too close to Mike. He'd say, "Yeah, that's right. Fuck you, Barry."
Well, he really enjoyed it. I can tell he was.
There's no doubt. I'm just worried about.
Well, Billy, we really just got to figure out the date that we're going to do this.
I think we already decided we're going to try to do that beginning of December again, because anytime around Thanksgiving's crazy travel wise.
Yeah.
And the hotel rates are great, and it's not far from the club, so it's
the first week of December, right?
Yeah. I think it was like December 6th last year. It was, I think people started coming in on the 6th, and we did it on the 8th, something like that. It'd be easy to find out,
Yeah, just something on that.
And, but yeah, definitely, Chris, I would love to definitely be.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Not the same thing without Chris and Barry and.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it's not like John Gill was in for it because he's still playing right there on the river if he's around town,
Listen to this, Billy or Tom. Why don't you send an email to Gentry and LeBeau?
Okay.
Not a mass email, but one just to those two guys saying, look, we're talking about having another reunion. This is the date. We're gonna do it over at Danny's Club in New Orleans. So and so's coming, and all that. And why don't y'all show up on the Zoom next week so we can discuss it further?
Well, what night of the week was it that we were there? Was it Wednesday night?
It was a Sunday night or Monday night. We did the performance, I think.
It was a Monday night.
Yeah, people started getting there Saturday. Brian and Andy got there on Saturday. They started doing interviews. We did some interviews on Sunday and Monday. And
then are we talking about December 7th, Monday, December 7th?
Yeah, Pearl Harbor Day. That'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if y'all think of it, you two guys drop them an email and tell them to come on Zoom next week.
Talk about it.
Well, next week, I just another thing. I may not be on next week. I have some out of
week after next.
Yeah, but either way, I think rather than a cold email, I probably would approach them with a phone call.
There you go.
I talk better than I type, So, and that way they can at least tell me, if they think they can.
Sounds good. We're gonna try again next week, right?
I think we try to get some waiters, and like I said, I maybe can try for Ira, Big Ira, and Little Ira. Maybe he can bring his washboard with him.
Hey, who serviced on Facebook this week? James McGivern.
He's back in New Orleans now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Because he's crazy. He would be at.
James would come. Yeah.
And Milton is also a lot bigger than life, and so we get some more flavor. Maybe, who knows? Maybe even Mr. McBride would come down.
I'd love to, but I'm not traveling much due to my wife's Alzheimer's. So,
yeah.
But I would love to. That would be. I mean, I made it to the 87 reunion, the 50th reunion. I'd love to make one more, or more, at least one more.
Yeah. Well, we can set the dates, and if things work out, Anyway, but let's see. Let's past our time now. But we'll work on it,
guys.
But yeah, I just wanted to start the ball rolling.
See everyone.
Everybody, take care.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Tom.
Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Take care, all.
Okay, bye.
Let me turn this off. See you guys later.